Welcome to another Founder Wisdom Pod. We have Nikita Savchenko with us today. Nikita is a founder at DataUnlocker. He's a product owner and he's been in crypto for quite some time. I believe you're in Krakow, Poland, right,
Yeah.
Nikita? Can you tell us a bit more about yourself and what you're building nowadays?
Yeah, so I'm actually like 14 years in IT and I did quite a lot of stuff. I worked at Google, I traveled, and now I have my own company, which I work with, DataUnlocker. It's quite a small one. It's in market like for 4 years already, but I'm just starting some marketing and SEO things. I will tell about this a little bit more, of course. And yeah, I'm in crypto since 2017. And I've been in such positions like CTO, PO roles in different startups. I was the one who built what is called account abstraction, if you know that in crypto, in 2017, even before that was a term I used nowadays, like normally. And yeah, I've been to 78 countries. I like to travel. Like pretty much a few days ago, I came back from traveling Macedonia and few other countries. So yeah, quite some fun.
And which one was your favorite country / what did you learn from traveling so much?
That's a lot to tell there, but like maybe top three I was impressed with is Argentina. Like for South America,
Buenos
that was
Aires?
quite an exciting country. Uh, Australia is nice, and maybe to name a few, of course, Ukraine. Like if not the war, I would come back. I'm a Ukrainian originally, and I'm currently building my company in Poland.
Right. And what did you like about Buenos Aires? Is it like the crypto scene there, the fast adoption because their governments have been like messing with them for that much years / decades?
The top one fact I tell everyone is this: like they have this cash exchange rate and they have bank exchange rate, and it's literally different like 2 times. If you are a tourist and you have some cash, then you pay 2 times less than by card. And I'm very impressed how they can live with this economy. And my friends tell me like this is changing, this is getting better for now, but still like they have this a really huge exchange difference. And the economy is like, I like to collect coins, right? So I'm kind of coin collector and bill collector. And they have changed coins for like they have literally over thousands of coins. And I purchased like a lot when I were to Argentina.
Nice, man. And yet, you're originally from Ukraine.
Yeah.
Is that one reason why you were interested in crypto? Yet, like you've just seen governments fall apart or wars starting to happen and just society and the economy breaking apart. Like, did that motivate your decision to get into crypto?
Not this. It's quite a different thing. So like in my life, I were always interested in things like getting to know how something works. And blockchain was something I actually thought about it. Okay, how can you transfer value all over the internet without this thing being hackable, right? And I was very curious. And in 2016, I even made a lecture on this. And before I got to my first crypto company, I explained people how this works. And when I were studying how it works, it took me like a month, and then I was like aha moment in technical sense that oh wow, now I know how it works. So that was out of curiosity, let's say this way. And of course all these things that come that you named, like government stability, everything, basically now I believe that crypto is like the most maybe convenient way to and the most easy way to transfer your value, your assets somewhere, because banks, they have different standards and it's all very, very complicated. But when you use crypto, it's quite easy if it's integrated properly. And yeah, that's what governments and others do now. They make it more regulated and apply crypto everywhere. So I believe it's the future.
And what does the future look like at the bank level? Do you see adoption? Because also crypto suffered a pretty big blow in the last couple of years with all the hacks and the I don't want to call these people criminals because I don't believe in the word criminal, but I do believe like unethical people that just are not helping society. They're just like profiting and rug pulling on people, and there's still a lot of these actors in that space. So, how do you see crypto scaling from here?
No, it's already quite regulated in the level that you can even track people. And if you're like, you know, a criminal, then the question is, how would you use your crypto? You can still do this with cash, right? Crypto is much more convenient form of the cash that we have for now. But yeah, you obviously need to use it somehow, buy something. And when you buy something, that's where you get known, right? So there is no like proper anonymity in crypto right now, I believe. There are still ways to, if it's the question of anonymity, right? If like to hide something. I don't think it's typical to hide something right now. Like people more and more wondering how to pay taxes for crypto, for instance, but not to how to avoid them. But still, it's more like cash. Something can get undeclared or whatever. It's evolving. It's not the early days of crypto, I would say, but it has come to the point where crypto is normally used in banks like Revolut, like, it's coming there.
Right. Because crypto is great, in my opinion, mostly for one reason. I believe this world is mostly run on a gerontocracy, and even Russia's invasion of Ukraine can be justified on that principle. It's just like old men at the top that just don't understand the world how it is, and they run it on old conceptions that were valid maybe 50 years ago, like invade someone, take what's theirs. That's totally fucked up. And I think crypto is a group of young people, and they're like, okay, we want to have a shot economically, and we want to sort of replace the legacy banks, which have been unfair in many cases and are run by old men again. And I think that's amazing. I think a revolution needs to happen. I think new gens need a shot. I think that technology is better, right? It's faster, less fees, right? Less bullshit, sort of. So I do believe in that. But the counter of that is that if you attract a bunch of young people that aren't experienced, right, don't have that maturity and think they'll get rich quickly, I think the whole ecosystem is immature and very susceptible to get fucked, which it has been in the last couple of years. So how can we balance that? Because of course, not all the system is like that. There's like also very smart and mature people, probably like you, like Balaji, like Naval, right? A bunch of crypto believers that are tech first, their value first, their principles are matured. But is that like a wave that's slowly taking over? Are immature crypto people like sort of maturing and being like smarter and more, gain a couple of IQ points? Do you think that's about to change? Because that's been plaguing the ecosystem the last few years, in my opinion.
That's a very good question, and that's actually something I worked on for the past like 3 years. I worked in different crypto companies, and the focus of that work was to make it safer, right? So you have a lot of wallets, and the question, how to make it safer so that that person using the wallet understands that, okay, this is scam, this is not scam, this is a vulnerable website, this is an official website, or something like this. And with crypto, with early days, especially of crypto, we're like a button and you don't know what happens if you press that button. Right now, lots of wallets solve this problem. Not a lot, but maybe some major wallets like Coinbase, like some of the top players in the market, they solve it with, they show what happens when you press the button, what transaction will happen. This is still early. Like there is still some room for improvement, I guess, with, knowing what will happen with your money after you press the button, like send or transact with someone. But yeah, in terms of like scams in general and all this, ways to fool you in crypto, it's pretty much the same. How can one fool you on the street, right? Your parents perhaps told you like, don't give money anyone on the street, or like don't believe them, they are just strangers, until you know them, until you make friendship with them. Even the friends can sometimes fool you, so you need to be extra careful. And the same applies to crypto. Like you just need to be really careful, extra careful in crypto to operate your money. And the general trend in crypto, I believe, is like I like the concept of like making your value on chain, what do you call like save on chain, this DeFi thing, right? It's a decentralized finance. It's like you can put a deposit on a chain and it will generate like 10% yield over 1 year. And that would be pretty interesting use case, and I believe more and more people will get involved in it as it gets safer, right? Because right now still my friends are like, even those who know crypto well, they are very careful, and they say that like, okay, this 10% or 15% yield, sometimes even more, it doesn't guarantee that I will take this money back. Like if I put like 10K into blockchain, people are like, oh, I don't know what will happen with this money. I guess we'll still coming to that point where people will be sure that this is assured that this money is secured.
Right. And I think related to that, you've been like one of the few that made money out of this industry, right? Because you had jobs over all these years, but I do believe you've been successful making cash through arbitrage with collecting some coins here with crypto, because you traveled a lot, and I don't think a job can fully finance that, right? So what were your big wins and your bets in which you were right in crypto in the last 10 years?
So like if I take early days of my crypto, that was high paying jobs. They are still high paying, I believe. But, like the space is getting more and more crowded. But as for trading, like gambling, all these things, I started to trade like in just 3 or 4 years ago, and that was like purely my experience. I was using little, just a little to trade to understand how it works. And I took some trading courses a year ago and something, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm not trading anymore. I decided like, okay, I'm a founder. I need to build cool stuff, because trading is, trying to find market inefficiencies and time the market, everything like to make you profitable. Sounds, I wasn't successful in it. Perhaps I would need more discipline, how the trader saying you need to be like rock solid in your discipline. You need to like pay attention to a technique. Yes, that can work. I believe so, but I don't have much time to like dedicate myself into trading. So I went another way. I'm kind of investing or trade on a very high level time frame. It's like there was a dip, right? It was smart to buy something when it dips and sell higher when it goes like 2 or 3x. So yeah,
Got it.
that's my story.
What led to DataUnlocker, which seems to be in a somewhat different niche than what you've built before?
Yeah, definitely. This is a unique story. Like in 2017, I've been actually to a crypto company. It was called Dream Team, and there was a problem. Even on my personal website, there was a problem that when I visit my website, and I installed, of course, the analytics, Google Analytics suite on my website to see who visits my website. Okay, and the problem was I didn't see myself. So and quickly I realized that it's being blocked by ad blockers. So it's like, and it turns out to be a widespread problem. Like every single website is vulnerable to this. Like they don't get 20 to 50% of data from their users. They don't even know that these users exist if they rely on tools like Google Analytics, Tag Manager, Hotjar, HubSpot, any tools. So I decided, okay, I need to build something. I built something like a small product for my website, and I wrote an article about this. And 2 years later, I found out that this article is read by a lot of people. And I said, okay, it's time to start my own software as a service business. And
Nice.
I did a first landing page, and I actually gathered around 100 customers. Right now we have over 1,000 customers, and right, like over 100 websites is running on the old version of DataUnlocker. And I'm just about to announce the new version of DataUnlocker, which is like a completely redesigned product with a lot of mistakes taken into account. Like everything is new and everything is ready to like finally solve this challenge. The old product still works. It works nice, but it works just until the website is found by blockers. Once it's found, they like to take care of it. They have like there is entire internet supporting this blocker list, and you will never get out of it. DataUnlocker 2.0 solves this problem. It solves it in a very technically complex way, which was a real challenge, and which I'm pretty like to like say I think it's solved. Yeah, companies actually will be able to get 100% accurate analytics, even if they are in the blockers, in the list with blockers. This is, this experience came to me from crypto. I made like the application like cryptographically secured so that you cannot influence it. You just like cannot like extract something, like block single requests of the application. So the entire ad blocker tooling is not applicable anymore to website.
And I love that. It's a big problem, but a small niche. I don't believe there's that many players into there, right? Like, when did you started it precisely, and how much paid users and free users do you have right now?
So my pretty much my old product is currently run manually when it comes to paid users. There are like some big ones, some small ones. I wouldn't say like exact numbers, okay, but there are some, let's say. The niche, yes, it's not that big, but that's what internet says. That's what were some competitors. Like I ran this product from the old one. This is new lending, okay? I ran the old product for 4 years, and the internet says that, okay, there are a lot of there was a few competitors I've seen like going in and out of the business. They pivoted somewhere. And I believe that once done right, that's what DataUnlocker does. Once done right, this can be a very nice and profitable product because of the single thing that every website needs, uses analytics tools, right? And every website is basically our customer. I will still measure the market. So like I will run ad campaigns and everything. But what I have so far, like my article was read for almost 100 times a day. And that was a single article in the internet. And I don't believe that this niche is small.
Interesting. Very cool. And yeah, like, is it enough to finance your lifestyle right now? Like, are you fully on that? Because I saw you had a stealth startup as well. I think that one failed, right? Like that was a year ago. So yeah, is it enough to self-finance right now? And what lessons have you got transitioning from a job to like running your own business right now?
Yeah, that's a cool thing. So that startup I worked for it like for half a year in crypto. All right. And I'm not sure. So, and it ended like 3 months ago. It was like a temporary contract. So I sometimes do some side job, right, to have this cash generated. And actually, when it comes to my own project, I'm not putting a lot of money into it. So like, I'm not like, I try to be slow but steady, and this is the point when the product has become ready for the market, let's say. Okay, so right now I have some investments, I have some savings that I'm going to put into this product and make it really profitable. It is profitable right now, but it's like not enough to finance the life of me and my team. But it's coming to this point, like slowly it comes to this point. So my technique was like for 4 years already, this was my side project, okay? DataUnlocker was my side project. And for 1.5 years, I was like full-time on DataUnlocker through this period. And that was enough to actually create an awesome project. I think that's a really cool project that will be talking about very soon, like each and every aspect of it. I think the world and the companies will like it. And I can prove this from the first clients. Like we have customers, right? It's a live project. Every day I chat with customers, and they like it.
Love that. And yet, like, what's next for that one? So, like, how are you growing it? Are you sold in that business? What's your GTM motion for that one? Where do you want to scale it? Let's call it 50K MRR this year, or way lower goal than that.
50K. What does it mean?
50K MRR, that's 600K a year. It's a decent business as a nomad.
Okay. So I have a lot of on my table. Okay, I have my content plan. I have like marketing plan, and I'm gonna slowly execute it. I'm not saying like fast, right? I've spoke to 3 or 4 venture funds, and they all want to see traction because they all say that the market is limited, all these things, right?
But
I
why do you
believe-
want funding? A guy like you, a libertarian like you, why are you seeking funding?
I'm not seeking funding, but I'm talking to funds, and if they, I would say like if someone offers me a nice, equity versus something, or like to actually boost DataUnlocker and make it a bit faster, or even much faster. I know how to make it faster, and then yeah, I would gladly like accept this offer. But for now, I'm moving on myself, and I think it's doing great. Just slow, but great.
It's like self-financing, I guess, right now.
Yeah.
And is it really like a bottleneck, the speed thing that you mentioned, like the GPU you're paying or AWS fees?
So yeah, the bottleneck is, I have a small team, like pretty much like a team of a few developers and a few part-timers who help me with different things. I wouldn't say it's bottleneck, it's just a life cycle of the product, and it's like my choice to not run it with somebody investing into it and like growing the team very fast and all this thing. I want this process to be natural. So like it's very natural for now. And I've seen like a lot of competitors again, which were not direct competitors, because when we talk about competitors, let's say, they're typically in ads business. They are unblocking ads from blockers. That's where all the money is. I take another approach. I start from the ground, I build a nice tech, and then maybe we'll finally get to that market with a lot of money already. So I don't want to start it like from scratch, right? And yeah, so far it's working good. And I want to see like more what happens if I just start, spreading ads and like everyone knows about DataUnlocker. I think this moment will come.
Interesting. You're an Estonian e-resident now. Like, why did you choose to actually make that move? I think I was considering it at like 5 years ago or something like that.
Did you consider it?
Yes, I did, but I didn't pull the trigger. I thought, after some research, I think it was that useful like a couple of years ago. Maybe things have changed nowadays.
What did you go for?
I think, yeah, it was just nice to have that e-citizenship to create a Revolut or Stripe account pretty fast, and the taxes were quite interesting. The tax structure.
Okay. So my reasoning was like I want to open a company and I want the simplest management. That was the very first thing, and the simplest tax scheme that they have. So for this 2 criterias, the top 2 companies were Delaware and Estonia. I actually have a video about this. Perhaps you
I watched
see
it.
it on my LinkedIn. Yeah, and Estonia is unique in terms of you can, it's a company with 0% tax, like excluding VAT, which everyone has, right, in Europe. It's an European company with 0% turnover tax. So you can like manage your money freely. If I get like a 1 million offer and I have 1 million in my account, I can like spend any 3 years to decide what to do with this money and never even, think about taxes until I want to claim this. So I can like pay, get paid, get paid. And that was my like idea. I think that's simple. That's very easily will let me even manage my team and pay to my team everything, and it just costs like around like $400. So that was my primary Estonia thing. And Delaware compared to that was there's still some taxation when it comes to, like, you need to pay tax yearly and you need to declare it. So it's like if you will get paid on before the new year, right, it will get taxed or something like this. So there are some ways, but I'm still in the process of opening like I opened my e-residence, but not yet a company, and I will do this very soon, like to integrate Stripe and all these things. Right now it's pretty much Ukrainian, 100% Ukrainian business.
Right. And with Ukraine, like what's your plan with your own native country? Like, are you helping it in some ways? Do you think you will return one day? And how did that affected you as an entrepreneur and as a Ukrainian citizen the past couple of years?
Yeah, it's a good question. I would come back, of course, but the question is like, in what state my country will be. We Ukrainians, I personally like help a lot with donations, with a lot of things to help the country. But every one of us wants to return back when Ukraine will have some guarantee that you can live here for years. Like there will be no wars, no shelling from Russia side, especially. Yeah, this is very tough for now. Like I don't personally see how this can end because it's such a tough question. And when it, when I will start to see how it can end, then I can tell more. But definitely, once the country becomes, protected from such kind of things in the future, that's what we all want. I think a lot of Ukrainians will come back, like 80% of them. Personally, me, like I would like to come back.
Thank you for being on today, Nikita. Where can people find out more about you?
I have my Nikita Everywhere nickname, which is like in all social networks, nikitaeverywhere.com, my site, and DataUnlocker. If you Google DataUnlocker or Nikita Everywhere, you will like immediately find me.
Cool. Thank you so much. So that
much,
was
Charles.
Nikita and Charles for